Okay, so today on the deep dive, we're tackling something huge, generative AI.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just in labs anymore, is it? It's like everywhere. In our tools, our work.
Absolutely. It's really moved incredibly fast into our daily lives.
Yeah, and we want to cut through all the hype,
Yeah.
get down to what it actually means for us right now.
Mm.
Because sometimes you just feel swamped, right? Like you need to get up to speed on something
Yeah.
complex, maybe for work, but there's just so much information.
Totally. Drowning in data. We've all been there.
Exactly. And you just wish there was a way to get the important stuff, the real nuggets, without reading like 5 textbooks.
Well, that's hopefully what we can help with today. And when we talk about daily lives, the scale is pretty staggering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at the stats. By early 2025, something like a third of adults in the U.S. had already used ChatGPT.
A third. Wow.
And that's just one tool.
Mm.
And for businesses, nearly half are saying they use AI chatbots in their operations already.
Okay, so this isn't some niche tech thing anymore.
Mm-hmm. Not at all. It's become a mainstream utility. It's really changing, fundamentally, how we work, how we interact with tech.
So that's our mission then for this deep dive.
Yeah.
We're going to really pull back the curtain on the practical, the everyday stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about the big names, ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, Anthropic's Claude, but focus on how people are actually using them.
Right. Not just the theoretical possibility.
Yeah, we want to find those key takeaways, those surprising facts, give you that shortcut to being genuinely informed without all the overwhelm.
Exactly. It's about what these AIs can do, sure, but more importantly, how they're actually being used.
Right.
By individuals, by businesses, right now in 2025.
Okay.
And we'll compare them to, look at their strengths, where they shine differently.
Perfect. And we'll use real-world examples to kind of unpack it all.
Yeah.
So you, the listener, can really grasp the tangible impact,
Right.
not just the buzzwords. All right, let's dive in. The mainstreaming of generative AI, from lab to everyday life, it really is kind of mind-blowing how fast this happens, how quickly these tools just became part of the toolkit.
Mm-hmm. It feels like only yesterday it was all research papers and, tech demos.
Right, niche experiments. And now
Yeah.
people are using it every day.
Yeah.
To write, to code.
And trade art, music, streamline business stuff. It's a huge shift.
The speed of adoption is just
Yeah.
astounding.
It really is. And those numbers we mentioned, a third of adults, nearly half of companies. That's not trivial.
Oh.
It signals a really profound change socially, economically. It's like the internet arriving or smartphones. It's that level of
General utility, you called it.
Exactly. It's not just for the tech crowd anymore. Millions of people are finding real practical value for getting stuff done, for being creative, for work.
Right.
And businesses are baking it into how they operate, looking for efficiency, for innovation.
Right.
It really changes the whole approach.
Yeah. And I think it's important, like you said, that it's not just chatbots, right? People hear AI, they think chat.
Mm-hmm. That's often the first touch point.
But it's so much more diverse than that.
Yeah.
It's about what the AI can make, what it can create.
Precisely. And that's what we want to explore today, that diversity.
Okay.
So just to give a quick roadmap, we'll look at writing and content creation first.
Right.
Then coding, how it's changing that world.
Okay.
Then visual arts and design. That's a fascinating area.
Definitely.
After that, music and audio, which is maybe more surprising for some.
No.
And finally, we'll loop back to business workflows, productivity, how it's really shaking things up there.
Sound like a plan. Covering all the bases.
Yeah, each area really shows a different side of what generative AI can do. 2, generative AI in action. Everyday applications. Writing and content creation, your personal co-author.
Okay, so writing. I think this is where a lot of us first felt that, whoa moment with AI.
Mm-hmm. Definitely one of the most immediate impacts.
That blank page staring back at you,
Mm-hmm.
or needing to write that really tricky email. Get the tone just right. How's AI helping with that?
It's a pretty profound shift, actually. There was this one study, it found professionals using ChatGPT were for 50% faster on writing tasks.
50%?
Yeah. And get this, the quality also improved.
Wow. Okay, so it's not just speed.
No, it's more fundamental. It changes the human's role. You're not just drafting anymore. You're more like strategizing, refining.
Ah, okay.
It's like it offloads the cognitive load,
Yeah.
The heavy lifting of just getting words down.
Right. Things that used to take hours.
Emails, summaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, now maybe minutes. The AI does the first pass, handles the grammar, suggests phrasing.
You focus on the message, the nuance.
Exactly, the
Yeah.
human stuff.
Okay, that makes sense. So specific examples. Emails are a big one, right? Everyone writes emails. especially those difficult ones.
Oh, absolutely. And AI is surprisingly good at the tricky ones. The Washington Post did this really interesting test. They had communications experts judge emails written by different AIs and also by a human.
Okay, how'd they do?
Well, the fascinating part was Anthropic's Claude. It actually produced the emails judged most natural, most human-like.
More than the human.
In some cases, yeah. Scored higher on tone and clarity, which is wild, right? It suggests it really gets nuance.
That is fascinating.
Right.
What about the others? Like Gemini in Gmail?
Gemini performed pretty well. It's right there in Gmail, which is convenient. But sometimes the style was a bit obviously machine written. You could kind of tell.
Okay, and ChatGPT?
ChatGPT was generally direct, descriptive, got the job done, but occasionally came off a little stiff, maybe formulaic.
Right.
But the key thing is, they all save time. Drafting an apology, a quick friendly note, seconds.
Yeah.
But the best ones, like maybe Claude in that test, they make it sound like you actually wrote it. They keep that authenticity.
That authenticity piece feels really important.
Crucial.
So beyond emails, what about bigger writing tasks? Content creation, editing, for bloggers, students, marketers.
Oh, it's huge there, too. People are definitely using tools like ChatGPT or Claude for brainstorming ideas, generating outlines.
Even first drafts?
Yeah, absolutely. For articles, reports, essays, you give it bullet points, it expands on them, suggests better ways to phrase things, fixes grammar mistakes.
Right.
And we're seeing this baked right into the tools we use, like Microsoft Copilot in Word or Google's Help Me Write in Docs.
Yeah, I've seen those. They're more than just spell check now.
Way more. They're like intelligent assistants. You give a short prompt, bang, you get a structured paragraph, maybe a whole list. It makes writing feel less daunting. And they're adaptable too. You can tell it, write this casually for social media or make this super formal for a business proposal.
And it gets the style.
Yeah, it adjusts pretty well. Now, human review is still vital, obviously, for adding your personal touch, for fact-checking.
Sure.
But users consistently say it helps them smash through writer's block, and it really polishes the final text. It's a powerful partnership.
And that personal voice you mentioned. Can AI really capture a specific brand's tone, especially in business?
It's getting surprisingly good at it. There's this example of a founder runs a business called Own Your Brand.
Okay.
She started using Google's Gemini to help draft outreach emails, and she found it massively sped things up.
Right.
But the critical part was it kept the tone personal, totally on brand for her business.
So it sounded like her.
Yeah. She'd give it key points, and Gemini would generate this polished, personable message that sounded like it came straight from her, ready to send.
That's impressive. It's not just generic text then.
Exactly. It shows AI can learn and replicate individual styles. You get the speed, but you keep the authenticity, which is huge for small businesses, freelancers, anyone who needs that consistent voice.
So looking ahead, what does this all mean for the future of writing? Where is it going?
Well, the trend is definitely towards even tighter collaboration. We're seeing a big push for better fact-checking, more truthfulness in the output. That's crucial for trust.
Yeah, definitely.
And also giving users more control over tone. Imagine like a slider for formality or warmth.
Oh, interesting.
And maybe the most exciting bit is AI getting even better at adapting to your specific writing style, training it on your own samples.
So it sounds exactly like you.
Pretty much indistinguishable. The vision is this seamless flow. You have an idea, the AI drafts or refines, you add the final human touch.
Like a tireless writing assistant for everyone.
Exactly. Making writing faster, more fluid, maybe even less scary for people who find it hard. B, coding with AI programming assistants and copilots.
Okay, let's switch gears completely. Coding. This seems like another area where AI could have a massive impact.
Oh, it's absolutely revolutionary for software development.
Why is coding so suited for AI help?
Well, coding involves a lot of logic, patterns, and frankly, repetitive tasks. Debugging, writing boilerplate code.
Right.
It's kind of perfect for an AI helper.
Right, like a pair programmer that never gets tired.
Exactly. Tools like GitHub Copilot, which uses OpenAI's models, or even just using ChatGPT directly have become essential for many developers.
And the adoption is fast.
Astonishingly fast. By late 2023, estimates were over half of all developers were using these kinds of tools.
Wow.
And GitHub's own data suggested coders were coding, on average, 55% faster with AI assistance.
55%? That's huge.
It's a massive productivity boost. The AI is designed to predict what you're trying to do, suggest lines, entire functions based on patterns from billions of lines of code it's seen.
So it frees up the developer for what? The harder stuff.
Exactly. The creative problem solving, the architectural decisions, the really complex logic.
Okay, so what are the day-to-day ways coders are actually using this?
Several key ways. First, just code generation and completion. It's like autocomplete on steroids.
Right.
You can literally describe what you want in plain English, like
Yeah.
generate a Python function to sort this list by this field.
And it just spits out the code.
Pretty much. It generates a block of code, and then you review it, maybe tweak it, integrate it. This is built right into editors like VS Code now, or you can do it via ChatGPT. Second big one, debugging and explaining code. This is huge.
Yeah, finding bugs is the worst.
Right. Every coder hits roadblocks. Now you can paste an error message or a chunk of broken code into ChatGPT or Claude.
And it tells you what's wrong.
Often, yeah. It can spot typos, logical errors, explain why it's breaking. It analyzes the context. Super helpful for beginners trying to understand errors, but also for experienced devs dealing with complex or old code they didn't write.
It can explain existing code, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What does this complicated function do? Ask the AI. Great for learning or getting up to speed on a project. And third, it helps with testing and optimization.
How so?
Need unit tests for your code? AI can generate them. Or you can ask it to make your code run faster.
Really?
Like, how can I improve this function's performance? The AI might spot an inefficient loop, like an ON2 complexity issue.
Okay. Technical term there.
Yeah, basically a slow way of doing things. The AI might suggest a much faster algorithm, improving speed, efficiency.
That all sounds amazing. Almost too easy. Are there downsides? Does the AI ever mess things up?
Oh, definitely. It's not perfect. That's a crucial point. They aren't magic wands.
Right.
AI coding assistants can produce code with subtle bugs or sometimes even security flaws.
Why is that?
Mostly because they learn from vast amounts of public code on the internet and, well, not all public code is perfect or secure.
So you can't just trust it blindly?
Absolutely not. Human review, rigorous testing, still essential. The AI is a powerful assistant, a sidekick, not a replacement for the developer's judgment.
Okay, but the tech is improving.
Rapidly. One big trend is larger context windows,
So
like Claude's 100,000 tokens.
we mentioned that for documents. How does it help with code?
It means the AI can basically read and understand your entire code base, or huge chunks of documentation all at once, hundreds of pages.
So get the bigger picture.
Exactly. Imagine an AI that understands the whole project, not just the little piece you're working on. It could act like an expert consultant on the whole thing. That's where it's heading.
Wow.
We're also seeing more specialized AI models trained specifically on code, like OpenAI's Codex or Google's Gemini models fine-tuned for programming. They'll just get better and better at writing good, secure code.
So the bottom line for coding.
It's becoming the indispensable sidekick. It handles the grunt work, the repetition, freeing up human developers to focus on creativity, strategy, the really hard problems. See AI in visual art and design, painting with words.
Okay, now for something maybe even more visually striking, AI creating art and designs. This one feels particularly magical.
It really does capture the imagination, doesn't it?
The idea that you can just type words, a spaceship landing on Mars in the style of Rembrandt, and get an actual image back. That felt like pure science fiction just a couple of years ago.
And now it's a reality. Tools like DLE from OpenAI, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, they've exploded in popularity.
Yeah.
Millions of images are being generated for concept art, illustrations, website graphics, social media, you name it.
It's kind of democratizing image creation, isn't it?
That's a great way to put it. It's democratizing imagination. Suddenly, the main barrier isn't your technical skill with a paintbrush or software.
It's just how well you can describe what you want.
Exactly. Your ability to articulate your vision in words.
So how is this playing out in everyday use? For visuals?
Well, several key areas. First, graphic design and marketing. It's a massive boost here.
I can imagine. Quick visuals on demand.
Totally. Custom illustrations, add images, without needing a big photo shoot or hours in Photoshop. Kraft Heinz, for example.
The food company.
Yeah. They used Google's image generation AI for an ad campaign. They cut the design time from 8 weeks down to just 8 hours.
8 weeks to 8 hours.
Insane, right? That kind of speed up is transformative. And small businesses, content creators, they're using it too. Generating product shots, social media posts, quickly and cheaply. Then there's brainstorming and concept art. This is where it becomes a creative partner.
How so?
Artists are using AI not to replace them, but to collaborate, to quickly try out different styles, different visual ideas.
Like rapid prototyping for art.
Exactly. Game designers, filmmakers, they're generating concept art for characters, environments, visualizing ideas way faster than before.
So it helps them iterate.
Massively. It doesn't replace their vision, it just gives them a super fast canvas to explore possibilities. Even text AI like ChatGPT can help artists, suggesting ideas, color palettes, overcoming creative blocks. And finally, there's just personal creativity and fun.
Right, the stuff we see online. Profile pictures.
Yeah, AI avatars, that kind of thing. But also people making webcomics, even illustrating children's books.
Illustrating books with AI.
Yeah, there is an author who used DLE3 to create all the illustrations for their kids' book. Made it possible for them to publish it themselves, fully illustrated, which might have been too expensive otherwise.
Wow. So it makes visual creation accessible to non-artists, too.
Completely. You can literally paint with words now, turn ideas into images, even if you can't draw a stick figure.
This is all incredibly cool, but I know it's sparked some controversy, too.
Yeah.
Copyright issues, training data.
You're right. It's definitely not without its thorny issues. The copyright debate is huge.
Artists worried about their work being used.
Exactly. Concerns about AI models being trained on vast amounts of art without permission or payment. Big questions about fair use, ownership.
Are there solutions being worked on?
Yeah, policymakers and the companies themselves are grappling with it. Some tools are adding features for artists to opt out their work from training data, for instance, giving them some control. But looking at the tech trends, it's moving fast. We're seeing much higher quality images, more user control over the output. And multimodal models are key here too, like Google's Gemini. They don't just do text or images, they understand both.
So you can show it a picture and ask questions about it.
Precisely. Analyze an image, answer complex questions about it.
What else is coming?
Well, we're seeing early steps into AI-generated video in 3D. Imagine typing a 5-second clip of a cat riding a skateboard and getting it.
Okay, that would be something.
It's early days, but improving fast. And AI features are being built right into software people already use, like Adobe Photoshop's AI fill tools.
Oh, wait, those are pretty amazing.
Yeah, so the overall picture is AI augmenting human creativity. It's a powerful tool, a tireless assistant.
Not a replacement.
Not a replacement. The artist, the designer, they still guide the vision, they make the choices. But now they have this incredibly imaginative collaborator on demand, generative AI in music and audio creation, hitting a new note.
Okay, so if AI can write text and make pictures, what about music? That feels like the next frontier. Can AI compose a song?
It absolutely can. And this area is moving just as quickly, maybe even more surprisingly for some people.
Really?
Yeah. There's a tool called Suno that made waves in 2024. People started calling it the ChatGPT for music.
Okay. What does it do?
You give it a text prompt, simple description like, make a cheerful folk song about a rainy day with acoustic guitar and a male vocal.
And it makes the song.
It generates a short clip, yeah, with instruments, sung lyrics, the whole thing. It's pretty realistic. OpenAI also had a project called Jukebox doing similar things, mimicking genres, artists.
So by 2025, these tools are available.
Oh, yeah. Startups, big tech companies, they're rolling out AI music generators that anyone can try.
That's wild. So what are the practical uses? Who's actually using this?
Well, a big one is music composition and background scores. Think about content creators, YouTubers, podcasters, indie game developers.
They always need background music, right?
Exactly. And licensing music can be expensive or complicated. AI can generate unique, royalty-free tracks in seconds.
You need an upbeat track for an intro. Or something calm for meditation.
Yep. Just ask the AI. It lowers the barrier hugely if you don't have musical training or a budget. It's like having a personal composer available 24/7.
Can you tweak the results?
Yeah, you can often give feedback like make it faster or add more drums.
Yeah.
It's also helping songwriters and musicians themselves.
Like overcoming writer's block for music.
Sort of. If you're stuck on lyrics, you can ask ChatGPT for rhyme ideas or themes. Some tools let you hum a melody, and the AI suggests harmonies.
Whoa.
The lead singer of Avenged Sevenfold actually used an AI model of his own voice to experiment with harmonies for their songs. Used it as a creative tool.
So using AI on his own voice.
Yeah. And artists like Grimes have even allowed fans to use AI clones of her voice to create new music That's a whole new level of interaction. Then there are the mashups and novelty tracks you see online.
Oh, yeah, like AI Frank Sinatra singing a pop song or something.
Exactly. Those go viral. They show AI can analyze, separate, and even recreate specific vocal styles. Legally, it's murky territory. But creatively, DJs and producers are starting to use AI for remixes, generating unique vocal snippets, manipulating audio in new ways. But maybe the biggest thing is that you don't need musical training to use these tools.
That feels like the real game changer.
It is. There was a report. Estimated 60 million people used AI to create music in 2024.
60 million.
Yeah, about 1 in 10 consumers surveyed, doing everything from making custom ringtones to generating AI rap versus just for fun.
So music creation is becoming way more accessible.
Dramatically, AI handles the complex bits, playing instruments, music theory, arrangement. Someone called it the dawn of mainstream AI music culture. Like Instagram filters for photos, but for music.
Incredible. But again, the tricky questions: copyright, authenticity. Artists must be concerned.
Hugely concerned, and rightly so. Big questions about copyright, consent, compensation. Should AI train on copyrighted songs? Can it imitate a voice without permission?
Are there rules coming?
There's movement. Some places, like one U.S. state, started working on laws to protect artists' voices from AI replication without consent. It's a huge debate. But there's also optimism. Many see AI as a tool for artists, too, handling tedious stuff like mixing, mastering, suggesting ideas.
So what's next for AI music?
Definitely improvements in quality and length. Right now, a lot are short clips. Expect full-length, coherent songs in the future.
Okay.
Also, deeper integration into consumer apps. Imagine Spotify or Apple Music generating personal theme songs based on your mood or activity.
Whoa, dynamic soundtracks for life.
Kind of. And better AI for audio editing, too. Removing noise, isolating instruments from a track. Really advanced stuff. So yeah, AI is hitting a new note, making music more interactive, participatory, blurring lines between creator and listener.
So that catchy jingle on TV might be AI soon.
Don't be surprised. Or the score in your video game. It's definitely happening. E-business workflows and productivity. Smarter, not harder.
Okay, so we've covered the creative side. Let's shift back to the world of work, business. You said AI is a powerful force there, too.
Absolutely. It's becoming a core part of how businesses operate, aiming for that work smarter, not harder mantra.
How does that actually play out?
Mostly by automating routine tasks, helping sift through huge amounts of data, and assisting with decision-making.
Freeing up people's time.
Exactly. Handling the repetitive, time-consuming stuff so humans can focus on the complex, strategic, creative work that really adds value, the stuff that needs human judgment. So let's break down some key applications. First up, document summarization and analysis.
Oh yeah, the endless reading, reports, research, contract.
Takes up so much time. AI is a massive help here. We mentioned Claude's huge context window, 100,000 tokens.
Right, can digest long documents.
Exactly. Imagine feeling at a 100-page contract. Instead of hours reading, the AI digests it in minutes, highlights risks, answers specific questions. One study showed a 75% time reduction in legal contract review.
75%.
Huge savings. Financial analysts use it to pull insights from dense reports. Researchers use it to speed up literature reviews. It changes how professionals handle information overload. Next big area, customer service and chatbots. But not the old clunky ones.
No, the frustrating ones that never understand you.
Exactly. Generative AI is powering much smarter agents now. Built on models like ChatGPT, they understand varied, nuanced questions.
And respond more like a human.
Remarkably so. More helpful, more fluid. Businesses are deploying them 204/7 for common stuff, password resets, order tracking.
Benefits.
Cuts costs, improves response times, happier customers. And for complex issues, the AI can summarize the problem for a human agent, so they have context immediately.
Are big companies using this?
Oh yeah. Salesforce has Einstein GPT for sales and support. Google's Gemini is used in call centers for real-time transcription and summarization. Over 80% of Fortune 500s were integrating these tools within a year of ChatGPT's launch. And related to that, writing and communication in business. We touched on this, but it's huge here.
Professionals drowning in emails and reports.
Totally. But tools like Microsoft 365 Copilot, Google Workspace's AI, they're like on-the-job writing assistants now.
Like the help me write in Gmail example.
Exactly. Prompt it. Draft an email about the project timeline. Boom, you get a solid draft. Or using AI to summarize those monster email chains, 50 emails condensed to bullet points. Saves so much time. Then there's data analysis and decision support, making sense of numbers.
So you don't need to be a data scientist to understand the data.
Increasingly, no. You can feed AI spreadsheet data, database exports, and ask questions in plain English.
Like, which region had the highest growth?
Precisely. And it analyzes the data, gives you the answer, maybe even makes a chart. Some companies have AI agents you can query. Compare this year's sales to last year's, find anomalies. It empowers non-technical staff to get insights faster. And finally, more advanced workflow automation.
So not just chatting, but doing things.
Yeah. Interacting with other systems like tell an AI assistant, schedule a team meeting next week, and draft an agenda.
Then it checks calendars, drafts the agenda.
Exactly. Integrates with calendars, documents. We see this in Slack GPT, Microsoft Copilot in Teams. Ask it to summarize action items from a chat and create tasks. It understands complex requests, carries them out, like a very capable admin assistant that works 24/7.
That's a pretty compelling picture of efficiency. Any real-world company examples?
Lots. Dun & Bradstreet built an email generator for their sales team using Gemini boosted efficiency. Cognizant's legal team uses AI to draft contracts, assign risk scores, speeding up legal review.
Okay.
Equifax rolled out Gemini tools globally, reported big productivity gains. And it's not just huge corporations. Small businesses, freelancers are using these same tools to compete, to punch above their weight, as they say.
So what are the big trends for AI in business going forward?
Number one is definitely integration and specialization.
Meaning AI built right into the tools we already use.
Exactly. Not a separate chatbot window. It's woven into your email, your CRM, your word processor. Microsoft and Google are racing to put AI everywhere in their suites, like a copilot for everything.
And specialization.
Yeah, AI models trained for specific industries. Finance AI that gets financial jargon. Medical AI that understands clinical notes accurately. Another huge trend. Data privacy and accuracy. This is critical for businesses.
They need AI to be secure with company data.
Yeah.
Right, and not make stuff up.
Absolutely. Can't have AI hallucinating facts when dealing with sensitive business info. So there's a big focus on retrieval augmented generation, or RAG.
RAG. What's that?
Basically, the AI doesn't just rely on its general training. It fetches information from the company's own trusted internal databases first. And it can cite its sources, ensures accuracy, keeps things secure. Workplace AI will likely be a mix of general models plus secure company-specific data. And finally, businesses are measuring the impact. And the numbers look good.
Like actual productivity gains.
Yeah, reports of 30–40% boosts in customer service productivity, marketing teams producing more content, and real cost savings, too. Surveys show companies saving tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars annually from using these tools.
Wow. Okay, so it's definitely delivering value. 3, who's leading the pack? A comparison of key models. Okay, so we've mentioned ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Anthropic's Claude quite a bit. They seem to be the big 3 right now.
They are definitely among the leading players, yeah. As of 2025, they're sort of the benchmarks.
So how do they actually stack up? If you're choosing which one to use, what are the key differences?
Great question. And it's important to remember they're constantly evolving, but yeah, they do have distinct strengths and maybe some weaknesses, or at least different focuses. A, OpenAI ChatGPT, GPT-4 and beyond, the all-rounder pioneer.
Let's start with ChatGPT, probably the most famous one, right? Kicked the whole thing off for the public.
It absolutely did. It brought AI chat into the mainstream. It's best described as a really strong all-rounder.
Good at most things.
Yeah, performs very well across writing, coding, answering questions. People often praise its creativity in writing, its ability to generate different text styles, and its knowledge base is huge, learned from a massive chunk of the internet.
Though maybe a bit dated sometime.
Some versions have a knowledge cutoff, like mid-2021. But its integration is vast through OpenAI's API, built into Microsoft products, powering GitHub Copilot. It's widely accessible, especially GPT-4 and later versions are very capable for coding, too. On the downside, sometimes it can be a bit wordy, gives longer answers than you need. And if you're not specific with your prompt, the output can sometimes sound a little generic or overly formal. We saw that in the Washington Post email test. Competent, clear, but maybe a bit stiff.
But keep updating it, adding features.
Constantly. Image input-output via DALA Late 3 integration, voice conversations. And its huge popularity means it has a massive plugin ecosystem. Lots of third-party tools connect to it, extending what it can do, like live web searches. That's a big advantage. B, Google Gemini, the ubiquitous multimodal assistant.
Yeah, okay. Next, Google's Gemini. This one feels like it's trying to be everywhere.
That's a good way to put it. Gemini is Google's big play here. Key things to know. It's actually a family of models, different sizes for different tasks. And critically, it was built from the ground up to be multimodal.
Meaning text, images, audio, all native.
Exactly. Not just bolted on. It understands and generates across these formats.
And the integration is the big story.
Definitely. It's woven deep into Google's ecosystem. Powers, Duet AI in Workspace, Gmail, Docs, Slides. It's replacing Google Assistant on Android phones.
So you can just talk to Gemini on your phone.
Yeah, say, hey, Google, and the Gemini overlay pops up. It can understand what's on your screen, answer questions about it contextually. That tight integration with your device and Google services is its massive strength for everyday use.
How are its pure chat skills?
Generally on par with the others, though like ChatGPT, that email test suggested its AI tone could sometimes be noticeable, but its real edge, ubiquity, it's just there where you already work and communicate, making it a kind of general-purpose digital assistant. See Anthropic Claude, the contextual comprehender.
All right, and the third one, Anthropic's Claude, known for focusing on AI safety, right? Helpful, honest, and harmless.
That's their mantra, yeah. Strong focus on safety and ethics. But its standout technical feature, its absolutely massive context window.
The 100,000 tokens we mentioned.
Exactly. Around 75,000 words. That's huge. It means Claude can ingest and remember incredibly long documents or conversations.
Like a whole book.
Pretty much, yeah, or dozens of research papers all at once. This makes it exceptionally good for tasks needing deep understanding of large amounts of text.
So, research, legal work.
Perfect for that. Summarizing dense reports, answering detailed questions about a long contract, its ability to hold context is currently unmatched.
How's its writing and coding otherwise?
Generally comparable to the others, though some users feel it's maybe a bit more restrained in its output.
Because of the safety focus.
Likely, yeah. It's tuned to be cautious, avoid problematic responses. But the flip side is fascinating. Remember the email test.
It sounded the most human.
Exactly. Judged the most human-like on average. Managed warmth, even a bit of humor. That suggests a really nuanced grasp of tone and conversational context, maybe due to Anthropic's different training methods.
Where can you use Claude?
It has its own website, an API, integrations into things like Slack. It might not be as famous as ChatGPT yet, but it has a very loyal following, especially for long text tasks. So shines with large contexts and that friendly, natural tone, overall comparison and strategic choices.
Okay, so distinct strengths. But it sounds like for many basic tasks, they might be pretty similar.
You hit it exactly. For straightforward questions, drafting emails, basic code, they're often more alike than different. The quality of your prompt, how you ask the question, often makes a bigger difference.
And the integration matters too.
Hugely. Where you need the AI matters. So for practical choices, maybe use ChatGPT for a tricky coding problem, or if you need a specific plugin.
Okay.
Use Claude if you need to summarize a massive PDF or want that really natural conversational tone. And use Google Gemini if you want help right inside Gmail or Docs or just quick answers on your phone about what you're looking at.
So you might use different tools for different tasks.
Absolutely. And the good news is the intense competition between them means they're all improving incredibly quickly, which is great for all of us. 4. What's next? Emerging trends and future outlook.
This has been amazing, seeing what AI can do right now in 2025.
Yeah.
But where is this all heading? What's next?
Yeah, the current state is impressive, but it's really just scratching the surface. The future trends are even more transformative. One huge thing is deeper integration and ubiquitous access.
So AI not just in apps, but part of the operating system.
Pretty much. Think Gemini replacing Google Assistant, ChatGPT features potentially being built into Windows or Mac OS more deeply. The idea is an AI helper that's just there, always available.
Summoned by voice, text, maybe even AR glasses.
Exactly. It becomes less like opening a specific app and more like an ever-present utility. Highlight text anywhere, ask the AI to summarize or explain, tell Excel to write a formula in plain English.
Making it feel more natural, seamless.
Totally. Lowering the friction to using it constantly.
And you mentioned multimodal AI understanding more than just text, like a personal Jarvis.
That's the vision. Multimodal powers are key. AI trained on text, images, audio, video, so it can see, hear, speak, understand the world more like we do.
Examples.
Show it a picture of your garden, ask for landscaping advice, ask it to generate a short video clip for your presentation, have a fluent, ongoing conversation where it remembers everything, understands visual cues.
Getting closer to that Jarvis idea.
Definitely. These AIs will blur the lines between tasks. One assistant acting as your writer, designer, translator, data analyst, all rolled into one.
And what about personalization? Right now, ChatGPT answers everyone the same. Will it become my AI?
That's a huge goal. Personalization and custom AI. Moving beyond generic responses to an AI that truly knows you.
How would that work?
It learns your preferences, your writing style, your work context, your ongoing projects, remembers your preferred email tone, knows you're a teacher, so explains things pedagogically, filters information based on your specific research project.
We see hints of this already.
Yeah, training AI on your writing samples, enterprise AI, using company knowledge. This will get much deeper. Maybe your AI has a name, a consistent persona, grows with you, learns from your feedback, anticipates your needs.
Okay, but what about trust? The hallucination problem, AI making stuff up.
Crucial issue. Improved fact-checking and reliability is a massive focus. Future AI will have much better built-in fact-checking.
Oh.
Cross-verifying against trusted sources, citing its sources clearly like some versions of Bing Chat try to do now, so you can trust the answers more easily.
And for business.
Tying AI to verified company knowledge bases, using that RREG approach we talked about, making sure it doesn't invent internal facts, maybe even showing an audit trail of how it reached an answer.
So it's moving towards AI with humans, not replacing them.
Exactly. The narrative is shifting to collaboration between AIs and humans. The best results come from human guidance and AI suggestions working together.
New workflows.
Totally. Writers co-writing, developers co-coding, artists co-creating, AI drafts, humans refine. Companies are training staff in AI literacy. New jobs like AI facilitator or prompt engineer are emerging.
So using AI becomes a basic skill, like using a computer.
Pretty much. Essential digital literacy for the future.
But this raises that authenticity question again. If an AI helps write an email, does it matter?
It's a fascinating challenge. Addressing authenticity and ethical use. Where does efficiency end and the value of genuine human connection begin?
Tricky balance.
For routine stuff, maybe efficiency wins. For personal interaction, maybe that human warmth is irreplaceable. The expert advice from that email test was key. The best AI balances warmth, clarity, emotional context. It doesn't just sound efficient, it builds connection.
So future AI might need controls for that, like a personal touch slider.
Possibly. And ethically, expect more efforts to watermark or label AI content, especially in news or media, for transparency.
And finally, society has to adapt. Regulation.
Inevitable. As AI gets embedded everywhere, expect more societal debate and regulation.
On what kinds of things?
Intellectual property, artist rights, compensation, privacy laws, education policies, how schools adapt when AI can do homework, workplace guidelines on using AI with confidential data. Governments might mandate standards, disclosures to fight misinformation. It's all about reaping the benefits while managing the risks and protecting human interests. It's a huge societal navigation task ahead. Outro.
Wow, what a journey through the world of generative AI today. From writing and coding to art, music, business, it's clear these tools are seriously amplifying what we can do. Saving time, boosting creativity, sometimes just being plain fun. Definitely more than just hype.
Absolutely. And what we've discussed, it's just the start. These systems are only going to get more capable, more integrated, more tuned into us as individuals. And the key message, I think, for everyone listening is, you don't need to be a tech wizard to use this stuff.
Right. They're designed to be approachable.
Exactly. Use natural language. They can simplify really complex things. Drafting a lease, finding a recipe with what's in your fridge, designing a logo. Sophisticated power, becoming accessible.
It makes you think. The relationship we have with these tools is going to get deeper, isn't it? More personal, more collaborative. Like how smartphones became extensions of ourselves, maybe AI assistants become these trusted partners in almost everything we do.
It seems likely. And if we navigate this era wisely, balancing the amazing innovation with thoughtful ethics, the potential is incredible. A world where everyone has this kind of personal intelligence amplifier.
Empowering us in our writing, coding, art, music, work, across the board.
Exactly. Generative AI is here, it's evolving fast, and its everyday impact is only going to grow more profound. It's going to be fascinating to watch and to be a part of.